hear me? That'd be helpful to know. It's kind of noisy in the car. The road is needing a repair. No potholes, but it's been a while since they've resurfaced this road, a few years, and so you get a lot of extraneous sounds coming off the road. So I hope you're all doing well out there. It is Friday, December 12th, so not Friday 13th. Oh, that's nice. Somebody just flipped a rock up on my windscreen. Not good in the wintertime. It's always bad. Anyway, so while I sit here and talk to myself, because nobody's there yet, I don't want top fans, I want all chat. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Oh, one person's here. Welcome, whoever that is. You don't have to say who you are. But yeah, so I'm on my way to a meeting I have this afternoon. So I'll be doing some live streams today. Well, not from the meeting. If you can hear me, that'd be great. Can you hear me? Could have tried to put that microphone on, but I didn't because I want to save it for later, so it's charged. Anyway, crazy day in South Africa. Building collapses in Durban. Another shoddy construction, most likely. We've already seen that in George early this year, and now we're seeing at the end of the year, in Durban, a building collapse. It's horrific. In South Africa, it's a shame. Why am I not seeing any chat? It's odd. Nobody's chatting? Oh, there's chat, finally. Got a little concern there. But yeah, so that building collapses, and I don't know the current situation, but the rescue teams were dispatched, and I saw the images. It does not look good. It looks pretty grim. So it's unfortunate. And one can only surmise that these are shoddy construction efforts, that no serious effort, or there's either no inspection going in, or maybe people being bribed. Who knows what the issue is? But how's it going there? Whatever the case is, clearly there's a problem in South Africa when it comes to construction oversight. 2 buildings in 1 year collapse that we know about. Who knows about smaller buildings, maybe more buildings. Somebody's having a white Christmas. I guess that means you're flying to America or you're here already. Oh my goodness, the car behind me is covered in road salt. It must be coming from New York because we haven't had that snow here. So one time it's been gone. No, it's Pennsylvania plates. Maybe it's from upstate in the hills where they have a lot of snow, because that's a snow bunch here. But yeah, so that building collapse is pretty scary stuff. And on top of that, the National General Council, whatever they call it, the NGC, that the ANC has held this week, they wrapped it up, and in the comments during it, they talked about zero tolerance for corruption. And ironically, 2 people left the NGC to go to Pretoria, to go to Nicklin, to get a bribe that they extorted from a construction or heavy equipment operator. And the guy wasn't willing to pay the extortion, so he contacted the Hawks. The Hawks set up a sting, and the ANC's running around going, "We have zero tolerance for criminals. We will not accept criminals in our ranks." And 2 members left the conference where you're telling people that you're not going to accept criminals to go be criminals. 300,000 Rand bribe. Wow. And it just goes on. And that's on top of news that an MK member is involved in a 161 million Rand scandal for corruption. It just never ends in South Africa. It's pretty frightening. So earlier I had an interview with Chris which will appear on Sunday for her last NDB, Neil de Beer session, her last report for the year. And she asked me kind of for an outside look in about view of South Africa. And she and I talked private. She called it annus horribilis, which is what they said about the UK years ago when the Queen had a really bad year. All the stuff happened in the UK. And it really was a bad year for South Africa. Let's run through and recap some of the things that happened this year, guys, okay? So let's see. This year started out with Knobs and Kesey racially insulting colored flight attendants on FlySAF Air and physically assaulting people in a flight. South African Human Rights Commission ignored it until public pressure made them at least file a case, and nothing has really come of it that we've seen. Who knows if she's been punished? They've not made a big deal about it. Also, they continue their demonic lawsuit against Ronaldo Khuz, who'd done nothing wrong, for a video that was 15 years old. That was actually, the video was posted online by IOL. They should have been taking the South African Human Rights Commission because they published something that they're arguing promotes racism, and they didn't edit it. So they should have been. So anyway, so that's how the year started. Then we had Sir Ramaphosa go to Davos and famously sign the Expropriation Without Compensation Act, but we find out that he actually already signed it in December, 34 days prior, thereby skirting the law and preventing legislators in the parliament from opposing it. You see in South Africa, if 1/3 of the members of parliament sign a petition within 30 days of a bill becoming law, it goes immediately to the Constitutional Court for constitutional review. Nice little Nice little thing they put in there to protect smaller parts of the society. But he cleverly didn't announce it until after 34 days, and then when he did that, it basically abrogated private property rights. And then the next thing that happened, of course, is Donald Trump said, you're going to abrogate private property rights, then we are not going to give you money. So he suspended all U.S. foreign assistance to South Africa, over $400 million per year. And the list goes on and on. The hits just keep going all year long. We had the South African National Defense Force chased away by rebels in the Congo. We had the government of South Africa continue its ICJ case against Israel, spending millions of rand of valuable taxpayer dollars that could be used to feed kids, to provide for education, to buy books, in a fruitless case that's going to accomplish nothing. Pretending to stand on the high moral ground when they didn't stand on the high moral ground in the Myanmar case. Myanmar is the first country ever to take anyone to the International Court of Justice for the crime of genocide or crimes against humanity. They did that against Burma for their campaign against the Rohingya Muslims. So the Gambia did that. It was a novel, unique approach, and South Africa didn't even participate. They didn't become file an amicus brief. They weren't a friend of the court. They had no. They didn't do anything. They were also silent when the Ethiopian forces executed conscripts from Tigray, shooting them in the back of the head, dumping them in a ravine, and on a genocidal campaign to wipe out Tigrayans. After the Tigrayans retreated, after nearly capturing Addis Ababa, they said nothing. South Africa is playing no role in resolving the issue in Somalia. South Africa is playing no role in in resolving the problem in Darfur and in Greater Sudan. South Africa has done nothing to help resolve the problems in South Sudan, in Niger, in Mali, in Nigeria, in Cameroon, in Burkina Faso. Nothing. They're none of these places. Yet they pretend to have the high moral ground. But funny enough, the United States is in all these places trying to help these things end. They're negotiating with the RSF and with the Sudanese military. They are still supporting the Somali National Forces in Somalia and helping interdict al-Shabaab there. They have also provided lots of intelligence cooperation assistance to Nigerian forces to deal with Boko Haram in Nigeria. The United States is helping in all these conflicts. The one we're not really doing much in is Myanmar, that's for sure. And I talked about when Biden was president because he just ignored it. Also, Trump has brokered a peace agreement in Gaza. He has, for the short term, stopped Iran's nuclear ambitions to attack the Middle East with nuclear weapons. He has also made more progress on Ukraine than anyone has, if it's even possible to make progress there. A peace agreement in the DRC, which may not hold, but that's not the point. One between Thailand and Cambodia, which isn't holding. So it's interesting that the ANC likes to criticize America, and they're sitting on the sidelines doing nothing. Nothing. What's that? Gotta say hello to each other. Hey guys. Checkered shirt, yes. Well, I guess it's checkered shirt. Yeah, so, hang on a second. I just think my speed limit changed it. No, it is 65 now. Okay, good. I go a little faster now. No, 55 the whole time. I didn't realize I hit the 65 already. I can go a lot. Whoa. Now it's trying to go up to 75. I'm not trying to speed. I don't want a ticket. There we go. Okay, now we're back in the range. Good Lord. There we go. Yeah, cruise control. That doesn't always work the way you want it to. Anyway, so, more houses. Good Lord. What's the deal here? Rural America is disappearing as all these houses go up. Oh, none of these houses were here 2 years ago. This is crazy. Lots of them, too. And people to move into them. It's crazy. Anyway. Yeah, so, what a year for South Africa. Then we had, what else did we have going on this year? Oh, the tariffs, So AGOA ended. That's another thing, But that's not South Africa specific. That's just Congress didn't renew it. And so it affects all of Africa. But South Africa wanted to make it all, but the ANC wanted to make it all about them. AGOA, as if you're the beneficiaries of AGOA. Well, you're not the only participant. 34 countries were involved in AGOA. The number had been as high as 38, but some were removed. And others came, some were removed, others came. So 34 countries, South Africa's but one of them, duty-free access to America's markets. And then the ANC politicians want to cry that, oh, they're picking on us, they're sanctioning us. Nobody sanctions you. No. AGOA wasn't a bilateral deal, it was a multilateral deal, which the ANC loves to talk about multilateralism. That's what it was. It was a U.S. deal with all the countries of Africa who were willing to abide by the standards. That's what it was. So anyway, yeah, AGOA is gone, although they're talking about bringing it back now. So we'll see. And the ANC has told people all year that they have people negotiating with the Americans, all the while that we have ANC officials lying about Trump, insulting America, mocking Trump. It's, and then they try to play the victim. So today, a representative from China said China supports South Africa's continued participation in the G20. Yeah, that's true. But the News 24 story conflates that statement with a so-called attempt by the Sherpas to the United States to let South Africa attend the meetings. And they said that on Monday all the Sherpas agree and they're going to say something. Well, we'll see what happens on Monday. But Chinese officials didn't say that they were backing South Africa to join these meetings in the States this year. That's not what they said. They said they support, and that South Africa was an original founding member of the G20. They support South Africa's continued participation in G20. Well, that's very different than saying South Africa attending meetings in the United States during this year's G20. That's a very different statement. But notice how the news distorts things. And the Chinese official didn't say what they're saying instead. So you got to watch the news. They're pretty shifty bastards. Pretty shifty bastards. Anyway. Yeah, so I'm in central Pennsylvania right now. Actually, southern Pennsylvania at this point because I've been driving. So I'm headed to an undisclosed location for an undisclosed meeting with an undisclosed person or group of persons. So, just thought I'd share that with you so you know that. But this is a journey I don't relish. I really don't like this journey. It's always annoying. This part's beautiful. This is driving through rural Pennsylvania. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Forest on that side, forest on that side, historic sites, battlefields all around here. It's lovely, and the roads are wide open, but as I get closer to my destination where I'm heading, the roads get narrower, the traffic gets heavier, it's a lot less enjoyable trip. The troopers like to hang out and hand out tickets all the time, so if you just go barely above the speed limits, you gotta be careful. But it seems like the people are always speeding, never get tickets, So, anyway. So the Chinese did not say what News 24 said, they said, so that's an important distinction to make. Always important to get things clear. Words matter. They really do matter. And nothing is truer than that in my experience last night, where people heard what they wanted to hear and then turned around and complained about things or just explained to them because they didn't listen. And they take verbs and anyway, the world is full of people contorting things. All right, so let me see something here very quickly here. Break these out. So. Trees have lost their leaves. Oh yeah, well it's fall. That's why, Holden. It's fall. Yep. Special agent, man. I don't know about that. Did somebody have something bad on there? Let's see what that was. I didn't see that. Okay. Do I know Clifton? Clifton who? The town of Clifton? Or somebody named Clifton? Hey, 150 people here for this impromptu live broadcast when I normally do my news, so thank you all for tuning in. I don't have the news prepared in front of me, but I did review news. Oops, somebody passed away there. When you go along the highway and they have markers, little crosses or flowers and such where someone died in an accident, I can only imagine that was someone who's probably drunk, because this is a flat road surface and there's no exit around that or entrance where people could have caused a problem. So something strange. Usually when you see something like that, usually someone was drunk and they flipped their car. That's sad. So, but that's unfortunately it's part of life, So anyway, yeah. So it is I don't want to say a beautiful day. It's a chilly day here in central southern Pennsylvania, but just above freezing. 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 Celsius is freezing. It's 35 degrees Fahrenheit, so that's about 1.6 degrees Celsius or something like that. Yeah, maybe 2. It's just above freezing. Oh, and ANC 30% have joined the chat. Okay. Well, they always desperately try. I'm fascinated by them. They never ever have any substance, ever. It's kind of like last night. People didn't have substance. They just had subterfuge and their interpretation of things. But, they never come with anything. You're stupid. Oh, okay, thanks. That's very helpful to debate. How am I stupid? Well, your ideas. What ideas? Well, I gave analysis news. What do you disagree with? Tell me what you disagree with and tell me the basis of your disagreement. Tell me how it's wrong. They never do that. It's always ad hominem attacks. It's always stupid stuff. LMC is a master of this. Not an ad hominem attack, but LMC likes to come on and give red herrings and non sequiturs that have nothing to do with the topic at hand. He'll just start complaining about something completely unrelated, or he'll take the issue and take a different angle that has nothing to do with the conversation or the topic at hand. It's LMC. I appreciate him watching the videos, and he's welcome to comment, but his comments are a little out there sometimes, and almost never tied to the topic at hand. I think maybe twice in 3 years I've actually saw something he wrote in my videos that said, "Thank you for your contributions, good stuff." Most people like to use social media, including you. Oh, there's somebody pulled over by a trooper. It's a semi truck. He got pulled over. Oh, look at that, flashing red lights and blue lights. It's those rapping ones, man. I'll tell you what, if you got epilepsy, that must be rough. Oh, that's not a state trooper, that's local police. Yeah. I mean, look, I appreciate law enforcement being out patrolling the roads, but in the States, we have a lot of cops that have this habit of their purpose seems to be to hand out tickets for violations. If you're making sure cars are roadworthy, I'm okay with that. If people are driving erratically, I'm okay with you stopping. But just trying to get people for going 2 or 3 miles over the speed limit, it gets a bit obnoxious. Anyway, but I'm the only one following the speed limit right now. I've just been passed by 1 car, 2 car. Here comes the 3rd car to pass me. I'm actually at the speed limit on cruise control. That's a Tennessee license plated car. So folks from all over the world drive around here. Where I'm driving right now, there's no snow. The snow's gone. We had snow last week, whenever it was. It's all gone. Do I think intel on Venezuela's on South Africa's ramped up? Well, let me explain something very quickly, Byron. The United States has a massive intelligence community, massive intelligence capability. We can't see everything and we can't know everything, but we can have analysts who focus on every region of the world. So the Defense Intelligence Agency, the National Security Council, the State Department, the Department of Energy, the military services, the CIA, all these organizations all have analysts that focus on South Africa. That's their job. I used to be that analyst at the Defense Intelligence Agency. That was part of my portfolio, South Africa. I was the person that gave, I would like to think, cogent, insightful, and predictive analysis to our senior leaders, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff and so on, and members of the cabinet and such. I did that on a daily basis. I covered South Africa every single day, and Botswana and other countries. But we have people. So it doesn't matter if there's a focus on Venezuela. That just means operational resources directed that way. But there's always someone in the intelligence community watching every country in the world so that we're aware of what's happening. If there's a tsunami that happens, we have to be caught not unawares. We have to be prepared that something's brewing. If there's a brewing unrest in Tibet, we need to know about that in case something happens. So we always have intelligence analysts. So whether Venezuela is a hot topic or not really isn't the issue. But I can tell you that when things do become an issue, who worked in the Pentagon years ago, Israel invaded Lebanon again. And that was not really expected or predicted, as I recall, by the intelligence community. And so the president, which was Bush at the time, wanted a special team put together just to brief him on the military aspects of that. So the Defense Intelligence Agency pulled analysts together to cover Lebanon, those that cover other countries in the region, the team together, and then driving and reading messages makes me very nervous. Well, I have to look down at my dashboard to check the controls and the speed of my vehicle, check the operating condition of it. You don't just stare at the road. You look at your mirrors to make sure that things are going smoothly. You look at the traffic behind you, like this Porsche SUV is coming up behind me. He's speeding, and I'm coming up on the bumper of a truck pulling, Bucky pulling a trailer, which looks like it's got like a grain chute on it. And fortunately, the Porsche Cayenne has sped past me, so that I don't have to hit the brakes. So I'm watching things all the time, guys. Reading messages, that just takes a brief moment. Yep. And then there's, it looks like a little lift where you drop the corn on and it feeds it up. So it's a red Bucky, just past him. Now here's a food truck out here. Wonder where they're going. Who's buying food in the cold? Yeah, they go to fairs and events. They have little, sell hot dogs or burgers or whatever, or crab cakes. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about that. I have to look at my dashboard, I have to look at my mirrors, I have to look at the traffic around me, I have to be cognizant of what's going on. Great response. Thank you for your services. You're welcome, Byron. It's my pleasure. Yep, that's my pleasure. Thanks for being here. Up now, the guy behind me wants to speed past me, so I'm going to get over after I pass that bucky successfully. But she slowed down. So I don't really like when people hang out in the open. Oh, now I got to slow down. Speed limit drops 55 as I'm coming up to the state boundary. I'm crossing into another state now, and the speed limit there drops from 65 to 55. So I've got to slow down so I don't get a ticket on this side. And I'll set my cruise control so that's out of trouble. There you go. So yeah. If Suez shuts down, that will matter for South Africa because suddenly South Africa becomes important. With Suez open, South Africa's relevance is much less. But without Suez, things coming from Asia have to get to Europe, and they can't get through Suez, and then the Med, so they're going to have to go around the Cape of Good Hope. Yes, and energy would have to go around that way too. So that definitely becomes a big issue. But with Suez open, it's not an issue. All right, I am now almost in the state. I got about 400 meters, and I'll be in the next state. No, you can't look at messages in South Africa because there's potholes everywhere. You'll blow a tire and bend a rib. Also, the road is, I can see for kilometers. I mean, I can see the road out in front of me. There's nobody in front of me now for a kilometer in my lane. There's someone 800 meters on the left-hand side. There's traffic now passing me, speeding on the left-hand overtaking lane coming up. Yep, here's the State Welcome Center as I come in. So you can stop there and use the toilet, get maps, things like that. So, yep. No texting. No, I'm not texting. No handheld cell phone. Not holding a handheld. It's mounted in the cradle. So I'm good to go legally. Yep. Anyway, so a semi just passed me. Probably saw that go by. Yes, the jelly tot Juju Malema is calling Trump the reincarnation of Hitler. Of course, this is the guy who has threatened Trump's life, so, you know, it's not surprising he's going to say something stupid like that. Nobody's in the Welcome Center. It's empty. It's not close. Oh, there's one car there. Anyway, yeah, it's a long journey, so just wanted to make sure that we didn't completely not broadcast today. And I'm on the mobile, so it's always possible that this thing will break up, you know, but this is a pretty good signal for this route, so we should be okay. And we're, 20 minutes into the stream, so thank you guys for being here. Be sure to hit that like button if you haven't done it. I see 101 people have hit the like button. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. But this highway is a memorial highway named after a infantry regiment. I don't know the history of that infantry regiment. I'll have to look it up one day. So I'm on a major highway, but not an interstate, so a state highway. And because it's a state highway, not an interstate, they have spots where there's people just cross right onto the road. So it can be very dangerous if you're not paying attention. Oops, there goes another farm field. They're putting up solar panels. I can see that. That's asinine. Is that owned? There's a fence. Well, it must be owned by. Who's that owned by? It's interesting. It looks like a fence. That's U.S. There's no trespassing. The federal government owns that, so they're putting up. I wonder if that's. What is that? Huh. I thought that was part of a campus, but it must be something else there. Interesting. So the federal government owns whatever that is. Interesting. Oh, that's what it is. National Emergency Training Center. That's where that's at. So they're putting solar panels in, probably save the government money, find energy. Okay, I didn't realize there were that many buildings in that extensive there, because usually the trees don't usually drive this way in the wintertime. Interesting. So. No, the black helicopters are following behind me, or hovering over top, so they're in whisper mode. You can't hear them. You can't see them. Black helicopters. That's always funny. Was that Conspiracy Theory or Conspiracy? The other one with Mel Gibson. It's a great movie. Now I'm coming up on a very beautiful campus, which I can't show you. That pull the phone up, unfortunately. This is Mount St. Mary's University. It used to be a college, now it's a university. It's a beautiful spot, nestled up against the ridge line with historic buildings here, and it's been around for about 200 years. And it's grown a lot recently. Your sports teams have expanded, their enrollment has expanded. Got a big sports complex here that was sponsored by one of the banks. Yeah, it's an interesting place. Like I said, it used to be a college. When I used to come through this area 20, 30 years ago, it was a college, now it's a university. Founded in 1808. Yep, so 200 years. That's a while. to be only a few cars here, but as it's grown over the years, a lot more people here. I suppose that's good. Is the signal gone? No, I still got it. I still got a signal. Still broadcasting on my end. Might have a problem here because there's a ridgeline coming up. Is it still a mystery where we're driving to? Well, I haven't told anybody where I'm driving to. Some people might be able to figure it out from the clues I've given out in the last 5 minutes. As I get closer, I'm giving out a few clues. 200, suddenly 185. 15 people left like that. Nice. Anyway, I wish I could show you. It's absolutely stunning, even with the leaves off. I suppose I could try to show you. Let me see. Open a cradle up here. There you go. I hope that interlude was nice. What's bots minus 15? What is that? Got signal in Durban. Well, I've got signal here. 198 people, 130 likes. No super chat revenue. Somebody gonna pay for my petrol? Let me get my cycle through back to my range 193. That's all. I'm going to get 193 miles in this tank. It seems low. All right. So, yeah, it's a little overcast, but the sun peeks out now and then. The clouds look like they're snow clouds, but they're not snowing. There's a bird of prey or a vulture. I can't see. Looks like a vulture flying over the highway. Yeah, it's a vulture. And the semi just pulled up right on my tail, so he's going to want to pass soon. But I'm not going to speed. Nope. I'm in a state where I don't have the same license plates, and it always makes you a tempting target for law enforcement to pull you over. Because they think or assume that you won't... Oh, there's a super chat. They think or assume that you won't come back and fight the fine if you weren't in the wrong. Thank you for the 10 Rand bidder, Andrew. Left-handed drive. We drive on the correct side of the road. So this area I'm driving through has lots of agriculture. For now, maybe it'll all be taken over by housing at some point. But, oops, that's a big semi. And the agriculture includes, of course, maize, soybeans, wheat, and then like the fields I'm looking at below are all wheat fields. They rotate the crops, of course. And there's a lot of orchards around here. There's a super chat. 140 Rand from Debbie. Thank you, Debbie. Sniff. Yeah, that's 140 Rand. That'll take care of a little bit of petrol. But this will burn at least a quarter of a tank, maybe a third of a tank on this trip. So this guy going to pull in front of me. I hate when they pull right in front of you. So hopefully he gets a little space in front of me. But yeah. Anyway, you know, it's so it's winter officially here in the United States on the East Coast. Temperature hovering just, well, the temperature's gone down. It was 35, now it's 34. So temperature hovering just above freezing. So almost my kind of weather. Almost my kind of weather. Yeah, I've got a sports jacket in the back for my meeting. Oh my goodness, I didn't bring my change of shoes. That's what I didn't do. Oh no, I just realized that. I left my fellies back at the house. Oh, that sucks. Well, I'm gonna look like a tool walking around. Wow. I meant to bring my fellies. Now, they're uncomfortable to drive in for long distance, so I left the fellies in my dining room. Damn it. I don't think I have another pair in the car either. Jeez. Oh, that was stupid. I just now realized that. Oh, well, you know, such is life. Was there another super chat there that I missed? Yeah, which one was that? Daisy says you're amazing. 400 Rand. Wow, Daisy, thank you for that. That's very kind of you. I'm not on my way to a South African event. Good guess. Looks like the Parkway. Well, there's lots of parkways. I'm not on an event way to an event with South Africans. No, I'm not. Good guess, but not correct. So keeping everybody guessing here. 232 people currently here and 154 likes. I really appreciate that. I am passing State Falls, or State Park. And For those who know the geography, should I give hints so people can figure out where I'm headed? You guys want some hints? Should we do that? There's an orchard right there. Shall I give a hint? Yes. Well, Catoctin State Park is located to my immediate right in the hills on the ridge line. And the town of Thurmont is one I'm passing by. Now, if you can figure that out, then you'll have an idea where I'm headed. Man, that is a massive American flag. It's a car dealership. They always have these huge flags. That thing is bigger than a house. So somebody should be able to figure out where I'm headed now based on my direction and the location I'm currently at. Somebody can figure that out. I'll give some more hints as we go along, but somebody will eventually get it. No, I can't read everybody's questions because I do have to watch the road. It is a safety concern. I mean, I can glance down, just like I glance down now and check the tire pressure. My tire pressure gauge is, when it gets cold, the air deflates, it contracts the molecules, and so it gives me a low pressure warning. When I started, all the tires said 32 pounds, and they were the red. They're supposed to be 38, but right now, 2 of them at 37, the other at 35, 36, so I have to check that stuff too. And there's another super chat. Thank you for that. $2. Always nice to pop in and watch the live, Colonel. Well, thank you for popping in. I appreciate that. All right, says thank you for all you do for us, Colonel. Much appreciated. 140 rounds. Thank you for that, guys. That's awesome. Really appreciate super chats. Trying to do as much as I can to help people. It's a thankless job, and that's fine. It's people shouldn't do things for praise, or shouldn't do things for the expectation you're going to get something back in return. It's nice when you do, but you shouldn't do it for that reason. You should do it for altruistic reasons, or altruistic reasons, I should say. This part of the drive is also particularly very nice, well forested on both sides, but then it breaks open into farm fields a little further south. But I'm running directly along the ridgeline here, which is to my right. That's beautiful. I've driven through the state park here, Catoctin State Park, Catoctin, however you want to pronounce it, in the past. It's been lovely, especially in the summertime when the trees are covered with leaves. There's a logging truck. I'm taking a load of logs somewhere. Yeah, so the meeting I'm going to today, someone asked me to come to this meeting to discuss something with them. They were a little cryptic, but we'll see how it goes. But I'll wind up being home very late tonight. That's okay. That's how things go. Damn it, I can't believe I forgot my shoes. That sucks. That sucks. Oh, man. I'm not in the mood to buy some. I even have the correct socks on to wear the other shoes. Oh, well. It's one thing I forgot, so such is life. Normally I would have kept a pair of those shoes in the car. I would keep a pair of my fellies in the car, but it's winter time, so that they get cold and they crack if you leave them in the trunk, in the boots. So anyway, such is life. But that Chinese thing today was interesting. News 24 reporting that the Chinese will support South Africa's continued participation in G20, but claiming that they're going to support them coming to the States. But that's not what the Chinese official said. So anyway, I think the U.S. Well, I wouldn't say the U.S. continues to support South Africa in the G20 because Trump says they have no business in G20. And ask yourself this question. Why was South Africa included? Why was South Africa included when it has the 39th largest economy in the world? It's supposed to be the top economies in the planet that are part of the G20. Poland is ranked 20th. South Africa is ranked 39th. There are other economies in Africa. If you had to invite an African state, Nigeria, Ethiopia, Egypt, Morocco, all with reasonable countries, reasonable economies, reasonable size and have, all who could have been the representative for Africa. Instead, they gave it South Africa. And we see the way that the ANC is behaving, mocking the President of the United States, calling him a racist, lying about why America's not there, then lying about America coming to the event. Just remember that video. So Ramaphosa gets up and he's laughing. So we have some news. Yes, it seems the Americans decided they want to participate in that conference after all. So we're currently negotiating and working with them to figure out the best way to do this. That's complete balderdash. Never happened. The United States followed diplomatic protocol as it's supposed to and informed the South African government that they would in fact send a delegation to receive the presidency, the baton, essentially like a relay race from the South Africans after the event concluded. That's their obligation. They fulfilled it. And the South Africans turned it into a joke, into a farce. Shame on them. The ANC, that is. 30 Rand, can it be Washington? Well, Madeline, that's a good guess. I'm headed towards Washington, D.C. Yep. I'm not going to Camp David. Camp David is located to the west of here, and I'm not going towards Maine. Maine is too far away. So Camp David is located approximately 40 minutes west of where I'm at right now. So I'm not going to Camp David now. I'm driving right past it. Yep, and I am headed to Washington, D.C. That is correct. And I am in Maryland. You've got that correct, Holden. I am in the great state of Maryland. The Mason-Dixon line I crossed a short while ago to cross from Pennsylvania into Maryland. It's a field full of black Angus cattle over there. And one Hereford. Why is there one Hereford in the herd? They're all black Angus except for one red-colored cow. That's interesting. So I am in the state of Maryland. The Old Line State, as it's called. The Black-Eyed Susan is the state flower, if I recall correctly. The Baltimore Orioles is the state bird. Yep, home to Chesapeake Bay. Am I meeting Donald? Not to my knowledge. The president has a meeting at 3 p.m., which is when my meeting is, but he's meeting with some figure skaters, so ice skaters at 3 p.m. today. He's going to have an announcement. So Trump will be on announcing something when I'm at my meeting. So I don't think I'm meeting Trump. Unless somebody changes something. They tell me I'm going to a different spot. Yeah, no, I'm not meeting Trump. Wouldn't that have been cool? That would have been something, huh? No, I'm not meeting Trump. Heading to Langley. I'm going to Langley to pick up my paycheck. We have the proof. The so-called colonel is a CIA operative. We have it. Look at this. Look at this. We found it on the internet. Look at this. He was a security officer. Security cooperation officer. Aha, that means he's a spy. He works for the CIA. Yeah, no. I apparently I have to come down here at least every couple of years to collect my paycheck. Of course, in a country where everything is done by, e-pay, electronic payment, that's a pretty funny thing to make a statement on. All right, let me get over so this car can get out. He's trying to enter the highway. Traffic's picking up down here a bit after being sparse up there. Okay, all right. Back over to the correct lane. Yeah, so I'm going to kick my paycheck. That's what I'm doing. Dazzle super sticker. Okay, what to do? Well, I see no super sticker there. Well, Dazzles, thank you for the super sticker, but I don't see it. Must have missed it. Thank you for it, but I'm sorry I missed it. This glasses advertised on YouTube automatically adjusts. Yeah, I don't like wearing glasses though. So I just started wearing reading glasses this year. I occasionally wore them once or twice every now and then when I was tired, but now I need to use them a lot. So I don't need them in the car. I mean, everything I can see clearly here. This is, good to go. It's just stuff up here, that tiny little text on the screen. Gotta have them. But I always felt bad for people who wear glasses. Now I know why. Now that I have to wear reading glasses, I can understand why I felt bad for them. I had empathy. Kept me for 8 decades from wearing them, I guess. But now that I've got the reading glasses, I always empathize, but now I'm in the same boat. So it's frustrating. And if you forget the glasses, like, oh, damn. It's like I forgot my shoes. Damn. Anyway. But I have a little bit of time for the meeting if I find a shop, but they're going to be expensive to buy shoes there. So I'll just go with the shoes I have on. Yep. Anyway. I'm not off meeting board my seat. Nope. Not meeting board my seat. Not at all. Not at all. Anyway, there's a few people that sent me things, and I said I'd check into it, but I haven't had time to do it. Just really busy, and I'm not ignoring anybody. Last night I spent 8 hours at the Veterans Organization. 8 hours. I had to speak to a woman about an investigation I was doing, and also about her daughter as an employee. She wanted to ask questions. So I talked to her about that, what I was allowed to talk about. The law prohibits me from sharing everything. And then started trying to get the Christmas trees out, and we decorated them. One was a real mess, but we managed to get it put together, and the tree got decorated somewhat. And then we had our meetings. That was fun. So anyway, that was... Catter. Yeah, there's 140 Rand super chat from somebody. Who's that from? Oh, that was the one from before. Okay. I am having a safe drive. I'm trying to keep you posted now. That's the whole point. as I get closer to the District of Columbia transiting Maryland. So for those who don't know, I think a lot of people do know, but everybody knows that the plan originally was for Washington, D.C., the district, to be this, what the hell is that? There's something blowing across the road. To be this diamond-shaped, territory, diamond like this. And Virginia was supposed to give the left half of the diamond. Maryland was supposed to give the right half of the diamond. But somewhere along the way, apparently Virginia reneged. And the only part that was actually given over to what became the Federal District of Columbia was the Maryland side. So Maryland sacrificed land to create the nation's capital. So it's bordered by the Potomac River, which is a divider. The other side of the Potomac River is Virginia. The west side, east side is Maryland and the District of Columbia. And so that's why D.C. has such an irregular shape. Northern Virginia, part of it should be part of D.C., which actually I wouldn't have a problem with, because I got to be honest, Northern Virginia is taken over by a bunch of idiots anyway. I turn the heat up, my feet are freezing. Thought I had said it fine there. So, yeah, so the first stretch of this, I'm about halfway there. It's 103 miles. I got 50 left, so I've gone 53 at this stage. But that's the easy part, that first portion I just drove. Now it gets a little frustrating because of traffic. I can't be South Africa's president. I don't have South African citizenship. What's that? Somebody built something over there. Here's more housing going up. My goodness. Some of this has been up for a couple of years, I recognize, but more are going up now. They're just complete farm fields being wiped out. I'm approaching Frederick, Maryland, which used to be one of my favorite places, but now it's out of control. The urbanization is too much. I don't like it anymore. We do have a military base here, Fort Detrick. That's where USAMR is, United States Medical Intelligence, whatever it is. The guys who do the Ebola hunters, that they're located here. Infectious disease guys. Yeah, they have the biohazard level 4 lab. Is it level 4? I think it's 4. Anyway, they also have one in the CDC in Atlanta. There is somebody carrying chickens. A semi full of chicken crates. But yeah, I'm coming up in Frederick, Maryland, which is where Fort Detrick is located. If you ever watch the movie Outbreak with Dustin Hoffman, Fort Detrick played a role in that movie. Rene Russo, Dustin Hoffman.
Continue straight after half a mile.
I shall continue straight after half a mile. Anyway. Let's see Father Christmas, okay. That's nice. Well, I'd love to be ambassador to South Africa, but we already have an ambassador designated, and that is Brent Bozell. So, yep.
After 1,000 feet, continue straight, US 15.
I'll make a little silly walk around with a sports jacket and tennis shoes on, but hey, you know what? People look dumber than that. I've seen people run for office and run around with tennis shoes on, wearing suits. Just to me, it seems a little odd.
4.5 miles.
More housing. That's all rental that's gone up over there. That wasn't there before. Oh, this guy's speeding. He's not speeding fast enough. I'm going to get stuck behind a bus. I don't like this. You know what? I'm not going to sit out here. Pull over. People all want to speed. I don't want to speed. Is that a cop? Somebody's pulled over the side of the road. Oh, I think it's roadworks. Yep. So they're trying to push me to go faster. Well, I hope the meeting goes well too, and I'll if I can disclose what occurs in the meeting, I will. But I don't know that I'll be able to disclose it. So I might be able to disclose who I talked to, or what I talked to, what organization. But I don't know if I'll be at liberty to disclose what's talked about. So anyway, it was interesting to get the request to come down. So it's always nice to be asked to do things. So we get past this semi, and then we get back over and slow down. Actually, the traffic right now, I'm going to jinx myself by saying it, but this is actually for the moment, well, on the other side is pretty busy, but this side here doesn't look too busy, but I know that's going to jinx myself, and then it'll be just wall-to-wall traffic. But I really hate this drive to DC. It's 2 hours, 20 minutes roughly, and it's become such a headache. In the morning, it's a parking lot going down. In the evening, it's a parking lot getting out. So with my meeting being at 3 o'clock, I don't know how long it's going to go. I would assume an hour, maybe longer. I'm not going to leave DC at that time. I've already reserved a parking space in a parking garage for about 400 Rand. And I will park my car there until 6 p.m. And I'll take it out, because then you can park on the streets, I think, for free. But I need to get parked, so I wound up getting a good deal too. I got a discount, so it worked out pretty well. Places around me are charging $27 for it, and I think I paid $14, so it wasn't as much as I thought. So I said, so it'll be about 250 Rand. I actually get that discount. I forgot about that. Yeah. I don't know where Ansel Rhodes is at. Last I heard, he's supposed to be in New York, but I haven't heard from him. So anyway, when I get off with the stream, I'll send him a message and see where he's at. But he didn't tell me. You know, I don't know why these guys that come to the States don't bother to tell me. I have to find out from everybody else and remind them I'm here. I guess that means I'm not all that important in their scheme of things, which is fine. I don't work for them; they don't work for me, so you know it's fine. But still, if you come over here, you think, you know, hey. Let me let Chris know I'm there. It's like when Solidarity and Reform came over. I'm trying to remember if I knew about their trip in advance. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I don't recall. I think I might have known. I don't remember. Anyway, the last time Ernst was here, he did inform me and then asked me because they came over with the guys from Morandi. Streeter was here. So anyway, so I'm now geographically, I'm not in the center of Frederick because I'm on the highway to the west of the city center, but I'm at the city center at this point right here. And I'm soon going to hit the interchange to go west towards West Virginia, east towards Baltimore, or south towards D.C., which means I'll stay right on the road I'm on. Somebody said, I'm on the Pike earlier. Yes, I'm on the Baltimore National Pike. Yeah, so whoever said that guessed it correctly. Looks like an abandoned building there. I thought that was a government building. Looks like it's no longer in use. Charlestown, West Virginia, Leesburg, West Virginia. Okay.
In half a mile, keep
Straight.
left onto I-270 southbound.
So this is the PFC James Monroe Memorial Highway. He was a paratrooper, died in Vietnam. So this part of the highway is named after him. Yeah, there's rugby tomorrow, Hendo, and it looks like my internet is working again, so fingers crossed, and we'll do it tomorrow. Hopefully it won't crap out on me. It's funny because I spent an hour on the phone with them, and they said that the problem was, they couldn't figure out the problem, and that it must be my equipment. But then, you know, after I talked to them the next morning, instead of less than a megabyte per second, I'm getting 40 megabytes per second. Yeah. Oops. What's going on up here? Lots of brake lights. Oh, there's a trooper right there.
Drive 23 miles.
So now I got a state trooper right on my back, so I'll keep an eye on that as he came out from the side. Looks like he wants to go a different direction, so he's getting over the side here. I'm not going fast enough to warn him. He did look at me when I went by, though. Ooh, something dead in the road. I think it was a deer, all munched up. What is that? Some might soon live in a state with no pork and beer. Where is this at? South Africa? Not me. That stuff's available. Anyway, so I'm on my way to DC. Now you all know that. And if I can disclose things, I will, but I don't know that I'm at liberty to do so at the moment. So I'll let you know later on. But I will plan on streaming from the White House, from outside the White House, not inside the White House. Let's not get too excited. Outside, just a block or two from where they murdered the DC guardsman. So but that'll be coming up later today. Recharge my phone a little bit when I get off air too. 220 likes now, so a little bit of super chat money came in. Thank you all for that. If I missed your super chat, my apologies. I caught all of them I thought, but somebody said there was a super sticker I missed, so my apologies for that. So there's a Hampton Inn. I've stayed in that Hampton Inn many, many years ago. It's an unusual one. A dark red brown brick. Whoever built that had a nice concept. Stayed there probably 30 years ago in that building. Still a hotel. So I'm on I-270 now. I passed Frederick. And so go down the western spine of this part of Maryland, which abuts the Potomac River, but the river's a little ways away from here. I can't see it, a few kilometers. But go down this straight down past Rockville, Maryland, and to D.C. And then down the George Washington Parkway, which is overlooking the Potomac, and it descends right down into D.C. Because when you start off, you're at a much higher elevation. So It says 41 miles to Washington, and that's exactly what my distance is on my GPS, which is in the heart of Washington, D.C. Yep. So, there you have it. I have no idea what's being said there. Somebody's saying that they're going on with their life. I should continue with my program. You went for your first interview weeks after my approval. What the heck is that? Yes, already no order. I don't understand what that is. Is there somebody here who's gone through the process and is been waiting some time to get to the States? And is that the issue? Well, my argument, my advice to everybody is that, if you participate in the refugee program, you should, continue your life. You shouldn't put your life on hold. Now, that doesn't mean you don't make plans, you don't take action. You got a house that's cluttered, declutter. But you're going to have to get rid of things eventually. You don't need those things now, and then make plans and then be ready to move when it's time. That's all you can do. But you can't sit around and hold your breath and sell all your things and sit in an empty house, or sell your house and sit in your car, or sell your car and sit in the veld. It doesn't work like that. Everyone's got a different story. Some people that story relates to, some people it doesn't. But you got to move on with your life, and you keep doing what you're doing. And if you get the call, and you get the letter, you get the date, you get the travel tickets, then you get on a plane. But short of that, until you have that, you're not there. But again, I'm not sure what people are talking about with the gentleman or the lady. I couldn't see what was saying. Yeah, most people start to leave, not today, but they start on Monday. So, but apparently there's at least flights through the 17th. That's anecdotally what I understand. So, yeah, that's interesting. My prediction a few weeks back is that there would be no refugees coming over between the 15th of December and the 5th of January. It's a prediction. It was my analysis. I didn't have any evidence of that. I was just, knowing the environment, knowing the players, knowing how the government works. That was my expectation, because the workforce will be greatly reduced over the holidays. Typically, workforce drops by 70-75% during the holidays as those people go on vacation, spend Christmas, New Year's with their family. So during that time frame, you're just not going to get plus you have 2 federal holidays in between there, Christmas and New Year's. So it's 2 days and nothing's going on. And people tend to get long weekends. If it's clustered around a weekend, they get the Thursday off, or they get, something like that. So, yeah, if the holidays on Thursday, get Friday off. So I made that prediction a few weeks ago. Someone actually said, "Oh, stop lying. You knew that's true." How did I know that's true? He said, "You've got your sources," which they were calling me a liar, but it was still a compliment, because I think basically the point of that is that my analysis is so accurate, so good, and so timely that they must think that I have inside information on everything I'm sharing, because how could I possibly get all these things right? Oh, Morehouse, when the heck did that come up? Good Lord. Jeez, all apartments. It's out of control. Out of control. We've been here for 400 years in this part of Maryland, and there were no houses there for 400 years. Now suddenly there's tons of them. Here's the Starbucks I used to stop at. Right here. I don't stop at Starbucks anymore since the bet. Still haven't had a Frappuccino. So the 5th was the day I could do it. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is 8 days since the bet wore off and I could have Frappuccino. I haven't had one. Yeah, the holiday season, so it slows down. You're struggling getting the application form. Read the directions thoroughly. Most people that are having that problem aren't reading the directions and aren't understanding them. Read the directions carefully before you initiate it. And most people, almost everyone that's had a problem, been able to help to solve their problem. Oh crap, this truck is speeding, but not fast. I'm going to have to hit my brakes here. This car just pulled on the road. Most people, it's because they're not reading the instructions. They're not following the instructions clearly. They rush into it. You may not have, and maybe you're having a genuine problem, but there was a problem with the form initially, with the processes and things. That was early on. Oh, that guy sped up, so I don't slow down. But yeah, that's most problem. It's people just aren't reading the instructions. And I don't mean that in a condescending fashion. I'm just telling you you got to read the instructions thoroughly. I told people in videos early on, but people don't watch those videos, that make sure that you save your work and make sure that you follow the directions that are there. And I gave some more advice based on what I saw on the website. But that's what you got to do. Oh, the warehouse. Gee, many crickets. They're building these warehouses all over. It's crazy. Crazy. This is a phase, I wonder, with all this stuff coming in. So, Rockville, Maryland, take a bite out of crime. Old commercials used to run around. Where is it hot? No, I haven't seen Arctic. Is that Erica? Hey, Erica, thanks for telling people to smash the button. I appreciate it. So, like I said, traffic will pick up a little bit as I get down here. It's a Friday, too, so I'm hoping there's a lot of traffic going up north, and people leave D.C. on Fridays, so I'm hoping that maybe they've all left D.C. And it used to be that I had the service when I got this car for the traffic reports on my GPS. It would show on the map the traffic jams. I don't have that anymore. Oh, yeah, it's really slow coming up the other side. I wonder if that's people leaving D.C. for the weekend, which if they all vacate D.C. now, then my evening should be a lot easier getting back. I hope, anyway. Wouldn't that be nice? Sugarloaf Mountain, Chesapeake and Ohio Canal, Monocacy Aqueduct. So there's an aqueduct here for the old canal. Oh yeah, that's basically a parking lot on that side now. Wow. Yeah, I don't have that kind of patience for traffic. I never did, but especially now, gosh. I always hated that. You get on the Autobahn in Germany and you're going like 160 kilometers an hour and then boom, traffic just stops. You sit there, like, what's going on? Happen far too often. But there are parts of Germany where, you know, you go on the Autobahn, there's almost no traffic ever, which is nice. Really nice. There was a tire back there, the shred of a tire, one of those truck tires that peeled apart, sitting on the side of the road. It looked like a Dacia from a distance. I was like, is that a Dacia? There's no Dacias in North America. A rock Hyrax. A Dacia. That's what it looked like. Some school buses, but school's in session. I think not only a school trip, probably a school trip. Yeah, but already at not even noon, that traffic on that side leaving DC is, and we're 35 miles away from DC. 35 miles, and it's just a parking lot. That's crazy. It's too many people. That's why I don't live down here. Yes, Dacia, our most close relative is an elephant. That's correct. Oh, they are cute. They are really cute. Dacia's adorable. There's a bunch of them in Hermanus. I made some videos and took some pictures of them last time I was there. But again, folks, let me offer this advice because someone was talking about the refugee program. Life happens. You know, there used to be this silly commercial back in public service announcement in America years ago. It was in the 70s. It carried through the 80s, but it was in the 70s thing. Oh, come on, buddy, speed up here. He's in a hurry. Well, now. The people come out, they go slow, then they start speeding up. I'm not sure, so I can stay slowly. Anyway, the advert was life be in it. And it's my advice to everybody, life be in it. Life goes by, whether you realize or not, and it's like in a flash. And next thing you know, you're 90, if you make it that far. And what are you going to regret not doing? What are you going to regret what chances you didn't take? Reasonable chances. Make the most of it, get the most out of it. You know, we're not all beautiful, we're not ugly, we're not all thin, we're not all fat. We're not all straight, we're not all gay. We're all something. And who you are is who you are. You know, as long as you're not a jerk, you know, you'll be who you want to be. But the point I'm trying to make is life, be in it, folks. Do something. Make something of your life. Don't sit back and wait for life to take you. It just comes to you. You just accept it as it comes. Set goals for yourself. Set challenges. Go out and make it happen. My entire life, that's what I've done. My entire life. Even when I was in high school and I was working at a dairy farm in rural Appalachia, I had goals. I want to get this done at this hour. I want to get this done. Next week I want to fix this. I want to do that. Now, those are kind of mundane goals, but they were necessary to run a dairy farm. And now, throughout my life, I've had career goals. I've had project goals. I've had personal goals. So, always set your goals. So, otherwise life passes you right by. Hey, what's up? Didn't know you left. You regret not being able to say goodbye to your mom. Well, that's unfortunate. I was able to say goodbye to my mother. It was kind of an odd situation. I had visited a month before she passed. She was suffering from cancer in the hospital in Lancaster, Ohio. I went there, saw her, spent a couple days there with her. Then I came back, and she was moved to a hospice before the end. and they gave into care and life care. And my sister was there. My little sister was there when she passed away, and she was still alive. And she, okay, this panel van's pulling right in front of me. Jeez. Anyway, so my sister had the phone. My mom couldn't talk anymore, but she was still lucid. She could still hear, and she communicated by nodding and blinking. So I thanked her for my life. What I meant by that is, if she hadn't been doing what she was doing on some day or evening or night or morning, whatever it was, when I was conceived, then I wouldn't be here. And life is just that precious to me that, it was worth me saying it, to thank her for it. So if there's a heaven, if there's a hell, if there's an afterlife, I'm sure she remembers that, if such a thing exists. So many people believe there is. Reach for the stars, yeah. Keep your feet on the ground. Oh, I used to always say, yeah, you should reach for the stars. Don't be crazy. Don't just go after things that are ridiculous you can never achieve. But have goals, try to achieve them. So now I'm going past Clarksburg, Maryland, which is where they have a big retail outlet for a outlet mall, big outlet mall here. I've only shopped there once or twice, but it is a big outlet mall. But it's one of the weird ones where you kind of walk around. It's not a mall inside. They're all shops next to each other, like a little sort of village. They've got them all the major brands you can think of. But it's usually not worth my time. Things have become so expensive, clothing especially. So there's off Fifth Avenue they've got there. It's Clarksburg Premium Outlets. Under where? What's under there? Levi's, Ferragamo, Banana Republic, all that stuff. So the thing is that why would I buy clothes there? Because if I go across the border to Pennsylvania, clothing is not taxed, but it's taxed here at 6%. So in Pennsylvania, I can buy clothes with no sales tax. Here, you got to pay sales tax. Big source of revenue for the state of Maryland. Lost your dad 6 years ago. My mother died in 2020? I think it was 2020, yeah. So that would be 5 years ago, yeah. My father died in 2018, I think it was, before I retired, yeah. He was 84, didn't take care of himself. Oops, being passed by a policeman. It's a county sheriff, county police. Here's another one. Oh, they're going somewhere. Same thing, and they're speeding. I'm going in the speed limit. They are going way faster than speed limit. Huh, Damascus. Am I in Syria? It's a town in Maryland. Yes, well, Icarus, that's the point. Icarus didn't have the right equipment for what he was trying to do. That's what I mean by being reasonable about your expectations when you reach for the stars. This guy's right on my butt. He wants to pass desperately, but he doesn't have an opening. There he goes. He's got his opening, and he's off. I am the only person on this highway following the speed limit. The only person. Every single car is driving past me. 3 lanes of traffic. Everybody's passing me. Now, I don't need a ticket. Tickets cause insurance rates to go up. And I pay a low rate for insurance. It's still too much. Oh, boy. 1 year since your father-in-law passed away. Oh, you missed saying goodbye by 10 minutes. Damn. Rabbits are from the same family as horses. I didn't realize that. I might have known that at some point. All right, get something else to drink here. I can't drink Starbucks, so I'm just going to drink this. Well, I can't drink Starbucks. I choose not to, I should say. That bet ended a long time ago. Roy Rogers Restaurant. We got this little sponsor highway sign. Roy Rogers cleans the highway up here. That must be an effort. It's dangerous here. A lot of traffic. Not much margin on the side of the road. So they have to shut the road down so people can clean at least the one lane. But it has been interesting journey so far, and this is relatively light traffic. That's a qualifier. I mean, DC's always heavy traffic. We're not even in DC, we're still in Maryland. So, yep. Somebody got themselves a little Ford Bronco. Boy, they made those things small. Ford Broncos used to be bigger trucks. They weren't huge, but they were bigger. This is tiny. Interesting. I guess they brought them back. They made them smaller. Which is odd. A Bronco is an image of a bold, strong creature, large horse. Wow, people just love speeding. I mean, everybody's going. They're probably going, hey, Grandpa, pick up the pace. Nope, I don't want to speed too much. And I give myself plenty of cushion. I don't have to be there at 1:30, so for my parking, and my meetings at 3 o'clock. So, but now that you're in Washington DC, I'm going to try to, if the time allows, to do some streaming from outside the White House, and then I'll also do a few things from the mall if I can, the World War II Memorial. See how much I can walk today. So, yeah, the sky is kind of that thing where you want to squint, but you know it's not sunny, but it's that kind of it's sort of overcast. So it makes me want to pull out my sunglasses. Winter time. Lost your whole family since when? Since 2019. Well, that's a shame. Sorry to hear that. It sucks. That sucks. Oof, it's getting warm in here now. Turn the temperature down again. It took a little while, but it got really warm. Now I've got 4 lanes. 1, 2, 3, 4 lanes, and it's stacking up like cordwood. Hopefully I don't hit a traffic jam down here. Now approaching Gaithersburg, Maryland. Now we're in Tesla country. Here comes a Tesla. There's another Tesla. Dueling Teslas. 2 in a row. They love their Teslas down this way. Oh, there's a pothole. Wow. Good thing I was watching. Wintertime, that's a real possibility. You get potholes in the winter. They just pop up pretty quickly because the surface cracks and contracts, and cracks and contracts. Next thing you know, you got a pothole. No, I mean, if you care about your family, you gotta appreciate them when they're there, because they won't always be there, folks. We won't always be here. That's the sad part. Look how many people no longer with us used to be on this program. Started with the Brew. He was the first one we lost. Sorry, I gotta speed up here because people are closing the gap on me. I'm trying to get past this dump truck. I don't like driving by the dump truck because stuff falls out of the back of it. And there's the dirt falling out of it, which will damage your windscreen.
Prepare to exit the highway in 2 miles.
All right, I got over. So, right now there's 4 lanes. It picks up a bit more down the road. That's a nice Mercedes CLS 400. Must be nice to have that kind of money. Yeah, there's 4. There's a Jaguar. Boy, I haven't seen a Jaguar in a while. Is that a Jaguar? Looks like a Jaguar. You see a lot of license plates from different states down here because DC is kind of like in the middle of the East Coast. Cars and transit up and down, and now it's getting too cold. Good Lord, find a spot you're happy with here. Let's go up to about 72. There we go. That should do it. The V8 400 doesn't have a GPS in it. It doesn't have a heated steering wheel. It doesn't have the same fuel mileage as this. It doesn't have a lot of things. It's a V8 is a 2004 model. This is a 2015 model. Big difference between the two. Now there's a high occupancy vehicle lane. So 1, 2, 3, 4 lanes, 5 lanes, but one is HOV lane. So I'm gonna get over in this next lane. Let's stick with this. Yeah. Well, I guess, it is an HOV
In half a
lane.
mile, exit the highway at exit 8.
This is weird because they always make me get off and go on a parallel road, which go to the same spot. I don't understand that. Okay, she just told me to get off in half a mile, but I missed it. It's not half a mile, it's right there. So, anyway. No, I definitely didn't want to get off there.
Exit the highway.
No, I'm not exiting the highway there. Okay, I'll get over here. But it's just parallel to the main route, so I never understood why they do this. It's just so there's 5 lanes there and 2 lanes here right now.
In a quarter of a mile, exit the highway at exit 8.
Where does it want me to go?
Exit the highway.
It's warm again, man. I cannot find a happy zone here. Try 71.
Prepare to keep right towards Maryland 28 after 1.2 miles.
Confusing instructions here from GPS. But yeah, there's like 12 lanes of traffic here if you go all the way across from one side to the other. It's crazy. But it's necessary because this becomes a parking lot in the morning and in the evening each direction. Why does my windshield wipers come on? There's no rain. Oh, somebody must have used their wipers and shot fluid up. My windshield wipers just came on out of nowhere. No, it always does this. I mean, it's I don't know. So now people are exiting that road and coming here.
Keep right towards Maryland 28.
It gets a little crazy now a little further. Once I get down to the GW Parkway, the George Washington Parkway, it's a beautiful drive, but the traffic gets a little hectic in there. So. So I'm still paralleling, getting close. So DC has a beltway that goes all the way around, like many major metropolitan areas in the States. And this is the northwest corner. So this part is in Maryland. And then I'm going to cross over the Potomac River and into Virginia. And then go down along the Potomac with George Washington Parkway.
In 0.4 miles, keep right onto I-270 local.
This is a local. So that's the interstate. This is the local, they call it. Anyway, so you go along the GW Parkway, and it's absolutely beautiful. And then you turn into the District of Columbia. And cross back over the Potomac.
Keep right.
Sun's trying to come out now. DC lost its appeal for me many, many years ago. I worked in DC.
Prepare to keep right after 2 miles.
Okay, that guy pulled over in front of me going very slow up here. I'm going the speed limit. He's picked up the pace, but he's still not going the speed limit. Why? I didn't change.
Drive 3.7 miles. Restricted access en route.
Yeah, the restricted access to the White House. I'm not going. I'm going in the White House. So. Don't quite rate that. You have to be secretary of something to rate driving into the White House. Oh, boy. Fine. I was composed driving the roads in South Africa too. Yep, I was composed riding the roads in South Africa too. I mean, I did shorts when I went to South Africa in 2022, driving the road. Yep. It's all a piece of cake. All a piece of cake, not an issue. Make sure nobody's there. Get back on this left lane. They want me to stay on this road for another 2 miles. Okay. Takes me right down almost to the Potomac River, so Rockville, Maryland. It's Bethesda here. But these people aren't going the speed limit. They're all going under the speed limit. It's annoying. Except that one guy just passed me. He's in a hurry.
Prepare to keep right. After 2 miles, then keep right.
It's Hendo here. Welcome, Hendo. Yeah, we've done this a lot, guys. We travel and people jump in. But we were covering some of the news earlier on. I talked about that for a while. Keep you guys updated on the news, which is pretty good. Dropping off an audience. We're down to 213. Somebody must have came on air. People left and went to that. But now about a mile and a half away from where I get over to. It's not the Potomac yet, but it's where I hit the loop, the beltway that goes around DC. It's coming up. Yeah, I'm looking at, I can easily see about 5,000 motor vehicles in front of me between the two sides of the road. Yeah, easily. It's crazy. Everyone in his car's burning gasoline. Everyone in his car's got spark plugs. Everyone in his car's got 4 tires. Think about that. And multiply that by 1 billion cars. It's crazy. So a lot of people lose their minds over Trump and the supertanker, but the supertanker was a sanctioned supertanker, sanctioned by the Biden administration. The Biden administration Justice Department that wanted to sanction them, not Trump. So Trump is simply fulfilling the rule of law, and they're losing like, oh, Trump's escalating a war. He's escalating a war. No, not really, not really. That ship.
Half a mile, keep right onto I-270, then keep right.
That ship has been breaking the law, and they were international waters, and then they were confiscated by the Coast Guard, which is legal. It's funny because last night I saw Claire McCaskill, the idiotic senator, on television saying that, well, now the Trump administration, if they want to confiscate, they'll have to do something they don't like to do. They're going to have to go to court. Lady, they're in court all the time. 575 malicious lawsuits against the administration by leftists in this term. In 10 months, 575 lawsuits. So the Justice Department is being kept so busy that it doesn't have enough attorneys to devote to hunting down the criminals who've cheated our country.
Recalculation.
No, there's no key recalculation.
Restricted access en route.
GPS is getting very confused. Next thing, it's going to take me through Mitchell's Plains. Don't take me there. What am I doing at Mitchell's Plain? This is Kylie. Why are you telling me to go here? What the heck is that? New building there. I've never seen that before. Anyway, it's been a while since I've been down this way. Now this section of the highway is named after 2 police officers, I think. There are imitations, emission standards. Yeah, some states have that. They have emission standards and checks and all that stuff. Maryland has that. When I lived in Pennsylvania,
Exit the highway in 2 miles.
I lived in Pennsylvania, and I had Maryland license plates. So in order to renew my registration, I could have done it by mail, except that I also have to have an emissions test. So I'd have to drive to Frederick every year to get the emissions checked on my car and get my registration renewed. It was such an annoyance. Pennsylvania is so much better and so much easier than Maryland when it comes to that. We don't have that emissions tax, at least not one that we see. It might be embedded in things like the fuel cost. But yeah, it's so much easier to deal with Pennsylvania. I renew my registration online. It's a piece of cake. Not like Maryland. I had to go get that emissions test every year, and almost no cars fail it. I mean, that's something they've been having in place for decades because cars used to be massive polluters. But the environmental constraints, the way they've dealt with car emissions over the past 30 years has really made them a lot. Whoa, it's got cut right in front of me. And I got a semi over here. The semi is from Woodbridge, which is where the white guy, Mr. Cole Jr., the white guy who we're stopping here. Here comes the parking lot. It's without fail. So I waited until later in the morning. Now it's lunchtime, and still it's all slowing down here. And this sucks. It's still slowing down for quite a while. So now I gotta watch because people will dodge in and out. traffic here. So I'm just trying to take it easy. I just dropped from 55 to 35. And now I'm going to slow down almost nothing. This is always like this every time.
Exit the highway at exit 39.
I'd love to get to exit 39, sweetheart, but I'm in a traffic jam now. Is that 39 there? I think it is. Now I can't move. Shoot, we're stopped completely in traffic, and the right is still moving. I gotta get in the right lane because it's my exit, I think. She tells me that too late. Yeah, it's 39. I gotta get over. What route is she taking me on? Oh, I got time to spare, so I guess I'm not gonna get out of GW Parkway if she's taking me this way. Oh, there's something I pulled over by a cop. Maybe that's why we're all sitting here. People love the rubberneck. They love the rubberneck. Yep, there's a trooper. Got a truck pulled over. But that's not the reason we're stopped. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to go this way. This doesn't take me to GW Parkway.
Exit the highway.
I did. Let's see where it takes me. Could be a scenic drive into DC, but that traffic jam isn't pretty, so... Okay, change the screen here. There's so many crickets stuck with that screen. Oh, crap.
In 1,000 feet, keep left onto Cabin John Parkway South. Keep left.
I've got some truck in front of me with... What's in that? That's a highway repair truck. It's got those cones and some big cones inside the road. Okay, where the hell am I going here? Oh, come on, stupid computer. Yeah, I'm not going through the...
1,000 feet, keep left to Cabin John Parkway.
Okay. That's a little different route than I usually go, but that's a parking lot, so it's just as well.
Keep
Okay.
left.
Maybe she took me the faster route. So instead of coming down the west side of Potomac, I'm going to come down the Maryland side. Okay. That's fine. Still got 10 miles to go.
Drive 5.7 miles.
Yeah, which won't take long, and then the 4 miles will take a half an hour. I haven't gone this way in a long time, Cabin John. But I can be honest, it's a nice change of pace. Something different. It's amazing there's any wildlife or nature out. Oh, that tree fell over on the road, too. There's any nature out here with all these people around here in DC. Well, this lane ends in half a mile, so we pass that Bucky that I just passed. People are disappearing. So why is it that she said exit the highway? Oh, because she's an idiot. It's GPS are nice, but they're not. You know, you gotta be careful with GPS. So because the roads kept back and forth, switching up. Here comes the Tesla's going to pass me or not. So I have to slow down to 35. So that's the end of how fast I was going. This is all. It was 55. Now I got to go 35 because I'm entering a built-up area. Although this is countryside here. This is the Clara Barton Parkway. Clara Barton is the founder of the Red Cross. This road is beat up, man. Been a while. I haven't been on this road in years. And last time I was on it, I was headed the other direction, not this way. So, this will take me down by the Watergate if I'm not mistaken, if it's the right way. So here I can go 45 now, it's a little faster. So I'll set the speed limit to 45. Okay, there we go. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, the GPS does that, but that's because roads scissor and connect and this, that, and the other. So you got to pay attention. The thing about GPS is they're nice, but I prefer to navigate on my own. I like to have a GPS so I can see the route on the map ahead of me. But I know these roads. I mean, but still, things change, you know. So they update things. Yeah, it's a road trip with the Colonel. We're going to Washington, D.C. We're off on the road to Morocco. Hope and Cosby on another road trip.
Restricted access en route.
Washington right lane. What the hell is this? What the hell is that? It's got me going all backwards and forwards and sideways and everything. I'm just going to keep going straight. My GPS is all confused right now. It's very confused. It has me in the wrong spot. It has me down there in the river. Yeah, it's confused. Now I'm not even on the road. My car's driving. It's not on the road on the GPS. It's confused. The signal must be getting disrupted. This is funny. Now it says I'm 10 miles away, even though I was 9 miles away back there, because it wants me to double back. No, I'm fine. Yes, pronounceable street names. That's true. Now it says 7 miles, just like that, because it woke up. Anyway, so I'm on the east side of the Potomac River, and the river's down below me a couple hundred meters. And the other side is 100 meters higher. That's the west side, and the GW Parkway is down that side. So that's George Washington Parkway. This is Claire Barton Parkway. That's a 4-lane highway. This is a 2-lane road. Oh, it was a dead fox. I just saw a dead fox. Shame, somebody hit a fox. That's a shame. I think the last time I came down this way is when I did something at the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency. They were in a facility over this way. I had to go train them. That was weird. It's one of the strangest visits I ever had. NGA. There's another dead fox. Good Lord. What's going on here? Is it fox slaughter? Sing Sweet Fox on the Run. All right. Now it's almost correct. I'm back. The car is back on the path on my GPS. It's going back off the path now. Make your mind up, man. Whoa, that's definitely not where I'm supposed to be according to this. Well, I'm just going to keep with this route. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Tell me to go over there. Never told me to turn. So we'll eventually reroute, I imagine. I know where I'm going, so this isn't a big train smash. Not a big deal. So a bunch of crews working down here fixing something by the river. My GPS is like the route's way over there. Let's see if I can zoom out and see what's going on here. Yeah, that's why. Well, that's another boulevard, but I'll have to keep on this for a while until I catch up to it. I'm not doubling back. So I'm just now crossing in the District of Columbia. So I was in Maryland that whole time. This is District of Columbia, boundary. But I mean, I'm moving. I'm not seeing a traffic jam. Maybe 40 miles an hour, but that's better than seeing a traffic jam. At some point there's traffic lights up here. Oh, there they are. Yep.
Route recalculation.
Okay, she wants me to go. Well,
Route recalculation.
Lady, there's no road there. See the maps? Okay, now she's got
to turn left in half a mile.
Okay, I'll buy that.
Turn right.
All right. Well, I got through as much as I could here. Down to less than 5 miles. So that's not bad. Foxes should not go through it. Well, yes, they should go on the road, but the foxes, they have quite a range. Coyotes are coming north too. So this bridge, I know. I've come across this bridge in the past from the other side of the Potomac just to come into D.C. this way, and also escape from D.C. Going out of here. I got Tesla in front of me still. Stop to the robot here. Well, they are beautiful, but they also, unfortunately, oftentimes carry us rabies. Yep, foxes are cute. I like Arctic fox. Those are the cute ones. Little white ones, and then they turn gray, silver in the summertime. Turn white for the winter. It's amazing the adaptations of nature. So the Arctic fox turns white in the wintertime so that it blends in with the snow, so it's more successful in its hunt. And it's safer. All right, what's going on here? Traffic is backed up for some reason. Oh, they all want to turn left. I want to go straight, so okay, let's get over and get out of the way.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto Arizona Avenue Northwest.
245 to 740. Okay. Why is this guy blocked? Okay, I think that might, I'm supposed to turn here. Yeah, I guess I'm supposed to turn here. I don't know if it's here or the next one. I don't know. Yeah, I think she wants me to turn here, but there's a long traffic line, so I'm going to go past it. No, that's a long line. I'll sit there for 20 minutes trying to make that turn. Yeah,
Now
screw that.
turn left.
No, lady, I'm just going to have to skip that because I'm not waiting all day for that. That's a long line of traffic, so we're going to reroute. We'll go a little further, then we'll do it. Man, that was a long line of traffic. Discretion is the better part of valor here, folks. I'm not going to sit in that traffic jam. That way I'll be in that light forever. I'm here now, I'm moving 40 clicks an hour, and
In 1,000 feet, turn slight left onto Chain Bridge Road Northwest.
Yeah, Chain
Then
Bridge
turn
Road.
slight right.
That'll get me where I want. But this is not Chain Bridge Road here. Lady,
Now
wait.
turn slight left.
It's a mountain. I can't drive into that mountain. You're crazy. So I tell people my GPS is the crazy lady. I have a crazy lady on GPS. I mean, the maps don't even match what she's come up with here, so I'm still going straight here. It's all good. This gets me to DC, so I'll just get sorted when I get down there. But yeah, this is weird. I haven't had these problems in ages. It's like somebody's hacking into the GPS system right now. Thank God this isn't a missile I'm firing at the Venezuelans, huh? If I was firing a missile. Well, everybody's leaving, man. Down to 196 people. What's going on? My GPS is a crazy lady. There's a dead raccoon. Good Lord, man. This is like carnage here. There's carnage along this route. 2 dead fox and a raccoon within a mile. That's what I've seen. According to this, I'm not even on the road. But I am on the road. If I believe my GPS, I'm driving in the Potomac River right now. We're having fun with the GPS today. Oh, it's working really well. Not. Well, I'm about to cross over to the other side of Potomac, according to this. Obviously not the case. Yep, I'm on the western bank of the Potomac now, except I'm not. I'm on the eastern bank. This is funny. Crazy lady has got me on the other. She got me on the GOB Parkway. We didn't even go that way. Oh my goodness. She still hasn't sorted it out. But we're getting close to DC. Proper. I mean, obviously been in the district for a while now, but getting close to the actual town, so. Oh, it's a couple of things. So how's the hair look? The hair looks smart? Yeah, the hair looks smart. Okay, let's check it. Well, this road has been resurfaced recently. This is a nice surface, very lovely. And there's Georgetown, I believe. Boy, she is really confused. She doesn't have any idea where I'm at. Okay, why are we stopped? It's a green light. I don't know these Tesla models because some of them they look nice, the bodies. Some of them look kind of weird. I guess the newer ones look nicer. Some kind of construction up there. Yeah, it's Georgetown. Okay, now we're almost straight here. Ouch. Okay, is there somebody on my hip I can't see? I think I need to turn left up here. Or I can continue on this road. She's all over the place here. Yeah, I'm going straight. That's north. I don't want north, I want south. Alright, I'm in the right place now. She's not. She's confused. Oh shoot, I need to get in that lane. God bless, I just realized this. Yeah, because it splits up here. Oof. It goes right, I don't want right, I want straight. But you can't see that from back there. I just happen to remember that. And I looked up, I'm like, yep, oops, somebody's camping out here. It's illegal, probably homeless. All right, lady, get your crap together. Where are we at here? This is not... She's got me over there. I'm going to cancel this. Menu, cancel, stop. Yes, I want to stop navigation.
Restricted access on
Yeah,
route.
recent. Take me to the right place. Try to get the right place now.
Restricted access on route.
She still has me on the other side of the river. All right, she's a crazy lady.
Please proceed to the highlighted route.
Yeah, you're crazy.
Restricted access on route.
Got me on the wrong side of the river. No, not Pam Bondi. Oh, you've not seen me in suits before. Why is this light red still? It's been light. It's been red forever. See, this is why I'm in District Columbia. I'm 3 miles from my destination. It's going to take like an hour to get there. I have an hour before my parking is valid anyway, so it's not a rush. But oh my goodness, crazy stuff. Okay, now we're going. Finally, it took a long time. Not going very far. Did somebody walk in front of the car? What's going on? Just turned red. Nobody went through. Like 3 people went through the light after we sat there for a few minutes. Too many crickets. What is the deal here? I hate driving in this town, and now you see why. It's just unpleasant. If you're going to our president, please tell him we cannot wait to come there. Yeah, crazy lady's got a problem here. I don't know what her deal is, but she's definitely leading me the wrong place all the time. So, anyway, let me see something real quick. Oh yeah, I definitely need to charge this thing. Yeah. So many cars here in the District of Columbia. It's just crazy. So many cars. So much. There's another Tesla. These people love their Teslas. Asians. Okay. Still don't have a green light. I bet you when we get a green light, we're probably stuck because the traffic in front of us isn't going anywhere. And she's not helping me with this stupid GPS not taking me the right way. I see the other lane is coming from that side. They've twice now gone and we haven't gone. This is weird. Well, good news is most of them are coming this way. They're not going that way, so some are going that way. A lot of traffic. God bless it. I'm not really into the heart of DC yet. Green light, we're not moving. Okay, we're going finally. Too many crickets. Homeless sitting right there with his dog. What's going on here? Somebody trying to turn? Oh my goodness. Can't get out of this crap. Alrighty guys, I'm going to wrap up here instead of driving through. I'll get back with you a little bit later on, okay? All right, you guys take care. Thanks for being with me. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for joining me. I got to really pay attention to the road here now because I'm not on the highway anymore. All right, thanks a lot, everybody. Have a good day.